I've made a lot of Japanese comfort food on this channel, but this dish right here epitomizes Japanese comfort food. Oyakodon. Oyako means parent and child, so it's chicken and eggs simmered together and then served on rice. I'll show you to make it. Let's get started.
This dish is super quick to make, so let's get our rice on first. Let's give that a quick rinse. And add back in 1.2 parts water for every 1 part rice. Let's set that in our rice cooker and press play. While that steams, let's cut 1/4 of an onion as thinly as possible. Break apart if necessary and set aside. This is mitsuba, often referred to as Japanese parsley. You can skip it if you can't get it, but I like the earthy notes and fragrance it brings to the dish. Let's rinse and cut the stems into small strips. These have a ton of flavor, so we will simmer it with the chicken. Here we have the stems for simmering and the leaves for a garnish. The simmering liquid is really simple but full of flavor. It starts with 80 milliliters of water, 1 tablespoon each of soy sauce, mirin, and sake, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of dashi. Mix together to dissolve the sugar and dashi. Finally, the oyako, the parent and child pair of chicken and eggs. I'm using a chicken thigh cut into bite-sized pieces, and 2 eggs. Let's beat the eggs. You don't need to beat too thoroughly, it's nice to have a good contrast of yellow and white. With everything ready, let's get out a small frying pan. In this case, use the smallest frying pan you have, but whatever you have, I'm sure we can make it work. We'll heat a little oil and brown the chicken skin side down first. Don't forget to season with salt and pepper. This step, browning the chicken first, is actually not typical. Usually the chicken is added in the simmering liquid with the onions and cooks through completely in the dashi. I thought a little color on the chicken might be a nice improvement, but it's up to you. Don't worry about cooking it completely through, that will happen in the dashi later. So once it has some nice color, remove and set aside. Clean the frying pan, heat the dashi mixture on a medium heat, and add the sliced onions. Let that simmer for a few minutes until the onions become translucent and really fragrant. Once they're looking like this, add in the chicken. Arrange them as you like. This would also be a good time to add in the mitsuba stems. Let that simmer until the chicken cooks through. Pour 2/3 of the eggs over, in between and around the chicken. Cover briefly for about 30 seconds to a minute to let the eggs set. Once they set to your liking, pour over the remaining egg, and some mitsuba leaves. We'll let the freshly added egg just barely set. A custardy consistency is the goal. This is looking ready. To serve, add a layer of rice in a bowl, and on the rice you kind of just and then garnish with a mitsuba leaf.
Not the prettiest looking thing, but as comfort food should be, it's delicious. So there we have it, Oyakodon. Hope you give it a try at home. If you enjoyed this recipe, please leave a like and check out this video next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.